Yo, I'm Ghetts. Right now you're looking at me on GrimeEditor.
Hey, it's your girl Mika and you're watching GrimeEditor. I'm here with Ghetts.
Hello.
AKA King of Skanks.
King of Skanks.
King of Skanks. We're going to teach you a couple of moves.
I like that one.
Should we answer that review? So right, so we're at the SKET DVD launch.
Yeah.
Have you watched the movie first of all?
Yeah, I watched the movie and the premiere. Good stuff.
You liked it?
Yeah, I did.
Cool. So you're in the movie, you've got the little cameo there, spitting the bars and that. So have you got some sort of itching kind of feel for the filming and movie scene?
I have. I do want to get that acting, play the opposite role from who I am in real life. I'm saying that would be good.
So say this is EastEnders right now and we're on that, you know, this is an EastEnders staircase and I was saying, which character in EastEnders would you love to play?
Alfie.
Would you play Alfie? Really? Oh my gosh, that's really cool. Yeah, we need to find a cat for Ghetts because he's going to play Alfie. We need to get you in there, we need to get you inside EastEnders. In this, you in the film, you've watched me, what kind of thing do you think you're going to get out of it, or the peers or the youths are going to get out of it? Because obviously it's about the film.
It depends of how deep you read into things. Behind the film, there is a message that plays a role in life to end up a certain way. But it's all about how you think as a person. And I'm saying some people might watch it and gas into doing some of those things because they're not reading into it deeply enough and understanding the message behind it.
Yeah, because they had a question and answer panel and then someone said, well, do they think that by filming this film, are they giving out a negative kind of energy to the youth?
Yeah,
or portraying something different?
It all depends on the person, that's what I think, and how they analyse certain situations. I'm a man that analyses things very deeply, so I always see for instance, we watch Scarface, we love Scarface and love the role that he plays. At the end of the day, he died, and a lot of people that were close to him died too. So it depends on the outcome, and I'm a man that always looks at the outcome at the end, you know what I'm saying, and not the present of what's going on. The present's good, the present's good, but what about tomorrow? So it all depends on how you look at it.
That's deep stuff. So do you think as a culture we're kind of oblivious to all of these things happening?
Yeah, we live in a sort of bubble where we see things and think about today. Me myself as well, think about today, but you see tomorrow things may not as be as bright, and see today is how we ensure that tomorrow is okay. So you have to think about today a lot, man.
Amen.
Really know.
So from that, let's go back to you, Ghetts, music team, music. How's music going?
Great, man. And you know what? I'm just enjoying, like right now, I'm just enjoying being in the studio, doing the performances, putting the videos out every week, and just enjoying the feedback, man. I don't think I've ever enjoyed music so much.
Oh wow, okay.
I think it's because I'm comfortable as an artist today in what I'm making. Like I just enjoy listening to other people, seeing other people, or enjoy what I'm doing at the moment. So it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. Are you ready for me? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Ghetts is about to, it's alright. Ghetts is about to go on stage now, so we're gonna say thank you for this interview.
Yeah.
Troy Salma MC, yeah.
Right. So now, you're gonna go in?
No. No, not now.
How many MCs are there?
No, I'm MCing it, but my mixtape will come out December 32nd. Make sure you go. Yeah.
On the level?
No, I'm joking. I'm a singer. I performed with this guy so many times, but he never really. I'm like,
I do.
Shazam.
I do.
Yeah, there we go. See.
Are you ready?
Yeah, ready.
Yeah? Fire burning while I'm watching higher learning. If the world weren't like this, would I be a violent person? What you see is what you get. I don't change behind the curtains. And sometimes you can hear the rage behind the verses. That's the pain inside emerging. My brain's designed for learning. Still I left church and did the same, despite the sermon. I'm spaced out. How can I define an earthling? I came down. Now I wouldn't mind returning. Hazard to my health. In a zone alone with no rope, hanging with myself. Watching the snow dissolve with cocoa in my hand, and as it melts, I'm thinking about a place we call heaven, where I come from. We've established this is hell. Evil and good, ain't it equal balance on the scales? Imagine God looking down, shaking his head like, damn, what happened to my world? Countries ruined by poverty. Can't blame the hungry that pursue a life of robbery. And 2-1, I was doing time in Hollandsy. I came out, changed my life for the better. But in England, second chances don't exist. So I guess I'm still locked like wine in the cellar. Every step I take, they multiply the pressure. My past pops up. I knew there were snakes before the grass got cut. I'm looking at the atlas. There's so many places I ain't been or seen. Now I'm thinking about traveling. Mom's from Jamaica, dad's from Grenada, but my ancestors were Africans. And I ain't never seen the motherland. All these kids talk like blacks ain't from the same place. We just got shipped out to other lands. Understand our people have suffered, so I don't want to hear banana boat jokes. Being penal when I say, can't we go home? We ain't welcome. We ain't welcome. Stephen Lawrence made a brother hate out of justice. Where the justice 18 years down the line. Fuck this. I got friends in the pen doing 25s, and they ain't never took any lies. The revolution won't be televised. And if you don't know, I'ma tell you why. Cause this is real talk and telling lies. But never mind, you can still hear the info that I memorized. We was enslaved, sold, terrorized. Now, some of my people are bleaching cause they think they look better white. Red passport, still treated like an immigrant. The woman on the tram said I ain't a British citizen. One word. Ignorant. The color of somebody's skin shouldn't be significant. Judgment should be based on character. My ancestors were slaves from Africa. Cotton pickers that got ambitious. Escaped the trade traveling across rivers. Most never made it. They were chased by the racists, got caught and then hanged for being black and courageous. Yeah, I know a little history. Things I never learned in school as a picnic. They talk man about World War II, but never mention failed World War groups. Now some might feel like I'm playing a race card. I'm just trying to prevent a race war. Cause UK stands for United Kingdom, but I ain't never seen a United England. I see many faces, many races, segregated by race or religion. As long as racism remains in Great Britain, then my race isn't safe from racism. You see, there's no black in the Union Jack. Well, I'm on Google right now, viewing the stats. There. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
It isn't necessarily about London gangs, it's about these girls and about what they're faced with. And you know, these girls, yeah, they're in London, but at the end of the day it's what are their circumstances, what's happened to them, what are they faced with, what are the challenges of life that they're faced with. And you know, that's actually common to every girl throughout, and not just girls, but you know, it's not just about being in a London gang, it's about the issues that have made them feel the way they feel and made them do the things they do. And whether that's a gang in London that they get involved in, or whether it's people they get involved with, you know, regardless, I think the bigger issue is it's why do people feel like they need to do these things? Why do people feel they need to find family elsewhere? You know, because they're not getting it where they need to get it, and it's a breakdown in society. And for me, the biggest thing is that this film hopefully should show that people are people. It's nothing to do with your class, nothing to do with, you know, what you've been given. It's about people being people and kind of doing the best that they can do out of what they're given with, you know.
I'm going to keep it short. For me, being a girl in a gang that was predominantly with boys, I was able to dress up as a boy, go out, rob and steal with the boys, come home, dress down and not be detected by the police, so it helped me in that way. It's not something I'm proud of, but it was easy for me to do at the time.
Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Basically, with the society that we're in now, you know, with the internet dominating kids' minds, you know, do you feel that your film is going to portray that message to the young kids? Because a lot of young kids will probably watch it and think, that was funny, they'll probably laugh at it. But that's just a question. How do you think your film will...
When you say portraying the message, it's not... Our whole point, well, for me personally, I can't speak to the director, you'll hear from you know, he wrote this, you'll hear from him in a minute, but from my experience, it was a case of, let's just raise awareness. Parents, do you know, when children are away from your peripheral view, do you know what they're doing? It's for you to take on board what we've been through in the smallest messages that we've sent, like girls, Kayla, the main leader, Amy Kelly. She's a Geordie, come on, her accent alone, some people would laugh at, but somehow she got roped up into being with a girl crew, which we call a gang. Throughout the film they weren't mentioned as a gang, but she fell into it. So there's just so much different messages that's in there. Also, don't judge a book by its cover. Danielle, come on. A lot of young black youths today would laugh at her. She'll smash their head in. And that was the kind of girl that I was like. You, Jennifer, as well, I presume. So youths can laugh at it, but if one child looks at it and stays away from the gang life, then my job's done. I can't please everyone in this film. I wasn't trying to please everyone with this film. It was an insight and it's an awareness that I've raised.
It would have been so easy for me to get kind of someone from an estate that's from a working class family to go into this world, right? I want to pick a white middle class girl who's from far away from this world completely, right, to come into it and find through a series of unfortunate circumstances and bad decisions she's in this world, because it can happen to anyone. Now we're all standing here, it's not, you can't patronise people who end up dealing or end up doing things, you know, that the law looks down on. You can't start to advertise your morality on other people. The fact is, for every single person out there, a series of circumstances can lead you in paths you don't expect. And so it was incredibly important for me. And I found that it's really interesting. Some people find, because she's Geordie, they want to disconnect with it instantly, you know, and they find it unappealing because of that. However, what I feel is that for a wider audience, for people who aren't all East London based, it actually means a lot more. If you're in Manchester or Newcastle in Scotland, you realise that actually, you know, it could happen to anyone. It's not just a London film about London people, it's about people, human beings.
It wasn't glamorous, put it that way. Being involved in gang activity as a girl, it was more dangerous for us. So it wasn't a glamorous thing, as you can see from the movie, and how we got mixed up in it. You know, it's just something that happened from the age of 13. I got caught up in gang life. And became a gang leader by the age of 14. It wasn't a pretty sight all the way through. I'm a victim as well as I was a perpetrator, so part of the package that comes with being involved in gangs is that I've been kidnapped, raped, tortured, been through domestic violence, and I sit here today alive, but a lot of young girls don't survive it. It's a mind-blowing thing. So yeah. Hence the reason why I got involved in this movie, because we just needed to get a message out to girls and basically, you know, let them see the realness of it, that it's not a girl gang thing, and neither did the movie didn't portray that it was girl gangs either. It's a deeper situation than that.
So we've just come to the SKET DVD launch. Big up everyone who's seen SKET, and we got a preview of the film. I hadn't seen it before, so today was my first time seeing it. It was different than what I expected. I like the fact that how they pushed out that there are girl gangs out there, and us as a society, we're really oblivious to that. We don't actually think that there's a lot of girl gangs around. They think it's predominantly guys, so this was definitely something that we were introduced to. Did I feel connected to any of the characters in the movie? No, and I can tell you this, I can tell you why. Because I'm not a violent person, yeah? I've never taken drugs. I've never tried to shank anybody. You know, I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I know people who have come from that sort of background. So yeah, I can't. You know, we can kick it, but yeah.
Do you think the film's going to affect anyone in a positive way?
I think it would. I think for the older generation who don't really understand us youths, I think it will enlighten them. It will kind of give them something or tell them something. There's actually girl gangs happening. There's a lot of girl gangs in our society, and it's something that they need to be dealing with. Instead of you making cuts, you need to be putting money back into the communities and working with the females and working with the males as well, because the way the males always get like, you know, bad like gangs and everything, girls are in it too, do you know what I mean? So, and as the woman said, it is a multicultural thing. You don't have to be black to be in a gang or white. You know, you've got Chinese, you've got Africans, you've got Caribbean, everybody in a gang thing. So, you know, so that needs to be enlightened.
Do you like the soundtrack?
Yeah, I do, because I love grime. I'm a grime, what? Let me talk with soup bars. No, I like the soundtrack, definitely. You had Ghetts on there, you got Shiesty, big up Shiesty. The rhythms on there were sick. They were actually really, really good.
What would you rate the film out of 10?
You can catch it on my blog. It's mika.tumblr.com.